Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Eric Voss, and Thor 4, aka Thor Love and Thunder, will begin production real soon, with Natalie Portman confirming that Jane Foster will be fully following the Mighty Thor comics. Writer-director Taika Waititi said he's basing the story on, revealing that Jane Foster, in her words, is going through cancer treatment and is a superhero on the side. This is a huge deal that confirms why Jane Foster wields Mjolnir in this movie. The love in Love and Thunder, I guess also the thunder in Love and Thunder, Thor granting his past love a way to temporarily escape exhaustive cancer treatments as a superhero. But the big mystery we've been talking about with this film is Mjolnir itself. Canonically in the MCU, Mjolnir is shattered. Hela destroyed it in Ragnarok. Thor got it back from the past in Endgame. Cap wielded it. Then Cap returned it to the past along with the stones, and that leaves us in the present MCU with 0 Mjolnirs. Now, we have discussed possible explanations, like Thor 4 being set in an alternate reality after WandaVision splits the MCU into a multiverse, a reality where Mjolnir remains intact and Thor and Jane are still together. Another explanation, the overlooked Easter egg in Infinity War, the possibility of a backup Mjolnir, with the secondary forge visible in the background on Nidavellir, molten Uru flowing into a different one of Eitri's forges, which is weird because all the necessary pieces to make Stormbreaker came from that first forge. Aside from the handle, of course, but that would be wooden, which is how Groot's arm came to serve as that handle. And it is this moment I want to focus on as we look ahead to Thor 4, because earlier this year, Vin Diesel confirmed that Groot and maybe some of the other Guardians of the Galaxy will appear in this next Thor film. Now, yeah, Groot will forever be at Thor's side technically in the form of the handle of Stormbreaker, but there is a lot we don't know about this weapon. Its powers are over-expansive, its magic definitely different from Mjolnir's, it's technically more powerful than all 6 Infinity Stones combined, and I believe there is actually a secret Groot-related reason that this weapon is going to be more pivotal to Thor's future than we realize. Let us investigate this god killer with another episode of The Weapons of Marvel. Okay, the most controversial aspect of Stormbreaker is that it possesses the powers of the Bifrost, allowing instant teleportation from and to anywhere in the universe. That's a serious upgrade, considering in the Thor movies, control over that Bifrost bridge was everything. The Bifrost was the nexus of Yggdrasil, the Asgardian worlds tree, which branches out to the 9 realms. Heimdall and his staff were the lock and key to that bridge. That's why they were so important to Loki in Thor 1 and Hela in Ragnarok. But Asgard's destruction and Heimdall's death felt so devastating because we all briefly thought, well, shit, no more Bifrost.
Well, shit.
Now the only way to teleport across the galaxy is a space stone, and Thanos has got it. But then Eitri changed the game again with a simple line about the dwarven magic that went into Stormbreaker's design.
A king's weapon, meant to be the greatest in Asgard. In theory, it could even summon the Bifrost.
And so, once they forged that weapon, Thor, Groot, and Rocket ride that Bifrost right into battle on Earth, which was nuts, because now, if you think about it, it brings up questions like, why didn't Thor use Stormbreaker's Bifrost to teleport to wherever the hell Tony Stark was, marooned? I mean, I'm guessing it's because Captain Marvel just got there first, but it should not have taken a few weeks. Thor was getting fat on beer and sweet rolls while letting his buddy Tony suffer a thinner curse. This Bifrost upgrade is compounded by the fact that, unlike Mjolnir, there is no worthiness charm on Stormbreaker. Anyone can lift it. Well, not anyone, that shit's heavy. The awesome team over at Man at Arms estimated it would be around 400 pounds.
If we were gonna make that thing solid, we wouldn't even be able to pick it up. We'd probably have a 400-pound piece when we were done.
Still, no incantation from Odin that makes it so that only those who are worthy can lift it, the way Mjolnir can only be lifted by Thor, well, and Cap, and Hela, and Vision, and a coffee table, and a coat hanger. We're pissing off Odin here. But if you watch closely in Endgame, Thanos was able to lift Stormbreaker. He bore the weight of Stormbreaker a few times, redirecting it against Thor, and later you'll notice Thor hooked Mjolnir against the handle of Stormbreaker in order to weigh both down and put Thanos in a headlock, because Stormbreaker alone couldn't do that. But there's one more interesting element to Stormbreaker that I gotta bring up. It came up the moment Thor summoned it past Carol Danvers at the beginning of Endgame. Yeah, we brought this up before, but in the audio mix, many listeners do hear the whispered phrase, "I have telepathy." This can probably be explained as Thor just exhaling, plus the power of suggestion. Like, I tell you to listen for I have telepathy, and now you can't hear anything but I have telepathy. And yeah, when director Joe Russo was asked if this was Carol Danvers telepathically saying I have telepathy, he shot it down. But to be fair, the exact wording posed to him was, did Captain Marvel tell Thor I have telepathy? Russo was not asked if someone else whispered that to Thor. I'm kidding. I don't think this is really evidence of anything, and I just think it's interesting. Except, it is kind of psychic magic that Thor uses to summon Stormbreaker. He telepathically beckons it to his hand, and it telekinetically responds, which is just creepy when you consider that this weapon possesses divine magic. The Bifrost comes from the Allfathers, the Norse mythological spiritual force from the heavens that Odin is now a part of. Stormbreaker was able to cut through a blast of the Infinity Stones, including the Mind Stone, a gem that was said to possess a cosmic wisdom. Essentially, Stormbreaker played instant chess with the Mind Stone, checkmated it, and then punched the time clock in Thanos' chest. And yes, Stormbreaker's handle is the zombie arm of Groot. And here's where I'm gonna do my best to lose you. Again, the voice of Groot itself confirmed Groot will return in Thor 4, but in what form? Well, Diesel hinted that Groot would evolve.
I only have 2 words about that character, and it is Alpha Groot.
What does Alpha Groot mean? Are we talking size or something else? Remember, Thor never actually says the name Groot. He calls him by a different name.
Oh, by the way, this is a friend of mine, Tree.
I am Groot!
I am Steve Rogers.
He calls him Tree. And in game, he calls him Tree again when they reunite.
Well, here we are. Tree, good to see you.
Thor says that over a close-up of his bag, which thuds on that table, indicating it contains Stormbreaker. This is all coming together because I now suspect there to be possible truth to the theory, one that you or others might have wondered, that Stormbreaker's Bifrost magic and its handle's origin from Groot, whom Thor calls Tree, could lead to a Groot evolution into an Alpha and Omega form, the handle growing into the new Asgardian Yggdrasil World's Tree. Think about it, as a weapon, Stormbreaker was tailored uniquely for Thanos and the Infinity Stones. Mission accomplished. Now it's just too powerful and plot hole inducing to leave in the universe like this, and with Mjolnir returning in Thor 4, Stormbreaker must serve a new purpose. Especially with rumored villains like Gore the God Butcher coming after Thor now. You don't want Gore to get his hands on Stormbreaker, so to disarm that weapon, its forging must be reversed. It's gotta be dismantled, freeing that branch arm of Groot, allowing it to be replanted in New Asgard in the soil of the cliffside grave of Odin the Allfather, the foundation of the new Bifrost Bridge, the new Asgardian Yggdrasil, the Bifrost-powered tree that branches back out to the 9 realms, a tree binding all of us within a simple truth: we are Groot. Subscribe to New Rockstars, hit that notification bell, follow me on Instagram at EA Voss, follow New Rockstars. Thanks for watching. We are Boom.